Hello everybody, welcome back to a new video. It's a little bit of a different setup today, but we'll show you in a sec why.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've done one of these face-to-face ones, as it were.
So this week we did something a little bit different and we got ourselves some fancy new jewelry. I got this one over here.
And I got myself this one, a little bit different.
Yeah, we didn't actually just want to tell you what we shopped this week. We actually went and made the jewelry ourselves. And it was actually super fun. Really not what I expected to be doing when we went to Bali, but like definitely one of the most enjoyable and exciting things that we did, and I definitely recommend it, which is why we decided to make a little video about it.
Yeah, so we were staying in Ubud, and this place that we went to was in the East Coast, I think. Yeah, East Coast.
Yeah.
In a place called Sidemen. So we drove on the scooter for about an hour and a half, I think it was, to a more remote, more local kind of part of the island to meet up with a guy who would help us do this.
Yeah, we actually would have been able probably to do the same thing in Ubud. They actually never got back to us, and it's been quite a while already. But the thing is that in Sidemen we did a one-on-one class, and we didn't even know that we're going to end up having two teachers, one for each of us. Yeah, we knew exactly what we're supposed to do each step of the way.
Yep.
Good morning from Sidemen. We just had another drive on the bike for about an hour and a half, which may be a bit silly, but we saw something on Instagram, I think 2 days ago, that we really wanted to do ourselves. And yeah, really excited. We could have actually done it in Ubud, but this is going to be a private thing, so we chose to come here because it was recommended on Instagram. So yeah, let's just go have a look what it's going to be like.
So once we got there on the scooter, we met with the guy and his sort of apprentice, or who was helping him teach us, and we were shown a whole bunch of different designs and different kind of styles for what we could choose to try and make.
You can actually, if you have a design in mind already before you go there, you can do that probably if it's possible. They're really open to let you do whatever you want if it's possible to do. I actually went for something more difficult because mine is like cut in the middle with the thing that goes around the stone. So he said, yeah, if I want to do this one, I'm gonna have to have some help in between, and I said, yeah, sure, that's fine. So it was actually really good, and we got to do exactly what we wanted. The whole thing was supposed to take about 3 hours. It actually took a little bit longer. We didn't have to pay any extra or anything like that, so that was really good as well. And yeah, we chose what we wanted to do, and then we basically started straight away.
Yeah. So we both started off with a little bag of silver balls, and it was going to make both of our rings. The guy runs not only these classes, but also like a jewelry shop, and is a silversmith, so he specializes in making jewelry out of silver. So with these silver balls, we put them into like a metal crucible and then melted them down with like a foot-powered blowtorch, basically.
Yeah, it was actually really cool. It's on menu, and you put a little bit of, what was it, fuel or something in, and then you pump it so it like mixes up with air and basically like sprays out the fuel, and then you light it on fire, and there's like a blowtorch coming out in the front of it.
This is the position, focus to the silver fire.
It was super cool. It's really quite exhausting to pump. You can probably see in the footage that I was maybe struggling a little bit after a while, because you had to like reheat it over and over again, but it was actually really fun. And also one of the things that I really enjoyed is that we did not just make our own rings, we actually started off with one piece of silver, so we basically helped each other make our jewelry as well. So I was part of making his ring and he was part of making mine. So it made it a little bit more special.
Yeah, like a little collected experience, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, it was really fun. Yeah, so we melted up the silver, we put it into a little shape, so it basically came out as a stick.
Oh wow.
That is so cool.
Family.
This is so cool. It's really heavy. It's only like what, 25 grams? So cool. And then we put it into one of those what's called mangoes, like a really old school what you used to do use for ironing. We actually had one of those at home.
Like drying. Just to dry your clothes.
No, we have one for ironing. One that was heated up and you make them go through.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for like tablecloths and stuff. We had like a really big one. It's like my arm doesn't reach. And you put like tablecloths in and then you twist it and it has like 2 rolls basically. So it goes through flat, and that's exactly what we did with the silver as well.
Oh, okay. Didn't know that.
Is it difficult to twist it?
No, it's I thought it'd be much.
Yeah.
Exercise, yeah?
One arm.
Yeah.
Is it getting more difficult?
No, slightly. I think it's because it's smaller.
Yeah. And then basically we had like a silver stick, and what I did was I went and put it on an anvil to make it into a rectangular shape. So I had to like use a really big hammer and hammer it down to make like all the sides really flat. So this is what came out of this press. It's like the right size for Alex. And it's really hard again.
So after she had hit out all of the shapes and everything that was needed,
It was good fun, by the way.
yeah, it was in one long kind of strip, and we just basically cut it in half.
Yeah.
One was mine, and one was yours.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, very thin because what I see is been around for this.
This is not hard at all, look. Don't want to break it. Can you see?
Very cool.
It's going to be the pass for the stone.
Okay.
Wait now. You see?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This is for the ring and this is for the cup. So yeah, because mine has a stone, I made like this cover that goes around the stone, and then it has these like 2 arms on each side that are holding it, and they're also attached to the cover with like some circles. So I got 4 of those. So I had to make all the different bits and yeah, put the stone inside the cover and make sure it's so nice. It's actually open in the back, so the light comes through and it has like a little bit more of a shine to it. And yeah, then we put it all together and hammered it down on that stick that's thin in the top and thick in the bottom to make the size a little bit bigger, which was terrifying at this point.
Yeah. You really have to hit it hard as well.
I think, was that when we heated it up again with the acid?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so I think to like bend it and get the right size, we kept heating it up again with a blowtorch and then drop it into some acid, which is I think to make it I don't know, thicker and also make it like nice and shiny, I guess.
I think it might make it stronger as well.
Yeah.
Like
That's
as you
what I
heat it and
meant.
cool it.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not a silversmith.
No, just an apprentice.
So after we both had our each individual pieces of silver, my one was a lot simpler because it's only one size. All I had to do was use this metal stamp and kind of bash in some dents in it to give it a bit of structure and a bit of shape, so it's not just one shiny silver band.
Yeah, it was actually much more difficult for him to get the dents in than it looked in the beginning. The guy showed him like 1 or 2 examples and just hit it really hard. Because you have like this tiny stamp that's like thinner than your finger, and you're like smashing with all you can on top of that and on your ring. I was a bit worried that he's gonna hit his fingers or anything like that.
Yeah, be very careful.
Yeah, it was actually really difficult to get the dents in because it's like solid silver. But it turned out really well. And then also you did something in the inside.
Oh yeah, once we'd done the dents on the outside, I actually get off.
And we can insert a picture right here.
Put a little inscription on the inside. So he helped me do that. I wrote down what I wanted. He bashed it in with some little stamp of numbers and stuff, and then put this black, it's not like a sealant, but it's a black thing, ink. Yeah, like an ink, so that the numbers and the letters stand out above the silver of the ring.
Yeah, I actually didn't have enough space to put anything inside mine, but that's okay. I got a cute little stone and everything, so not complaining. And I'm always gonna know, because he put the date in as well, I'm always gonna know because of his.
When we did it.
We measured both of our ring sizes with this little stick that's like thin in the top and bigger in the bottom, and we actually made it a little bit bigger. Because also a good tip, if you ever do this, because we were in a really hot country, they actually told this to us as well, make sure it sits really tight, because when you go back to your home country, which is most likely going to be much colder, your fingers are not going to be as swollen, and then you'd lose it if you make it too big. So you can better make it a little bit tighter. And yeah, mine actually fits really well.
One of the best bits, I thought, after it was finished, is you can't even, on here, you can't even see the joint, because it was flat and then it curled over, so it kind of should have a mark. But he did it so well that you can't see the join where the two sides met, so that's nice. Extra bit of, you know.
Really high quality.
Yeah. So to smooth it and polish it and make it all nice, get rid of the tiny little imperfections, he had like a lathe, but it had a couple of different scales of brush on it. So you would do the outside on a different one, and then kind of put it inside the lathe and do the inside like this, and it was...
Yeah, it was a different bit. That was really
heat up
terrifying.
Really fast.
Yeah, it's really terrifying. There's essentially this thing that's shaped like a finger. It's made from like some really sharp sandpaper, and it's spinning around really fast, and then you have to like hold the ring and stick the thing that's spinning inside and then push it down to like smooth it all out in the inside and make it like really smooth and shiny, and also not so sharp with the edges anymore. And it was absolutely terrifying. And then you had to do like the outside with this brush that's spinning around, that's like one of those shoe cleaning things. And also like just hold it and try not to like break anything, and especially me having the stone inside and like trying to brush the edges and everything, that was absolutely terrifying.
And then once that had all finished, we polished it and sanded it and made it as shiny as possible. You ended up with a piece of jewellery that, you know, you've made yourself.
Yeah, I got one too, and we have made each other's, and also we had like great fun for 3.5 hours doing something. So it's actually really cool.
It was well worth the 1.5-hour drive across the island for it, for sure.
Also, one thing, the way it works is you pay for like the 3 hours, which doesn't really matter, I don't think, if it takes you a little bit longer. and for like a base amount of silver, and then if you use a lot more silver you pay extra for like each, I don't know, 5 grams or gram or something. So because his is much bigger and it's actually really thick and big, he had to pay a little bit extra for the silver. If I remember how much we paid, we're just gonna insert it right here, but it was definitely a reasonable amount for a high quality silver ring. That we also got to make ourselves, so obviously we also had to pay for people being there and teaching us, and it was completely reasonable. So if you like making things yourself, if you're into that kind of thing, or you just want to have a nice cool piece of jewelry, you could have also made like a bracelet or a little thing that attaches to a necklace or something. Anything basically you can make from silver. We're gonna put in the description box the Instagram account of the guy, if you want to do it as well and get in touch, or just see what kind of things he does, and yeah, if you want to do it yourself.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it as well, especially if you're in Bali and you want to do something different that isn't the usual thing that you normally think of when you go to somewhere like Bali.
Yeah, definitely.
Also, it's a memento and it's a memory, you know, you made it yourself in Bali.
You did. Also, the area of Sidemen is really nice, so I can also recommend just checking that out. It has like lots of fields and I think some hills and mountains and stuff.
Yeah, would have liked to have more time to explore that kind of part of town.
It's actually really pretty and much more original and less touristy. If you're not into that kind of thing, then I'd recommend staying in Sidemen.
Yeah, definitely.
So we finished it. Looks like this. Oh yeah, in my face.
Alright.
Look how nice it is. I'll focus.
There you go.
So nice. So we're done. About 3 hours. Alright, that's it for now. I think we've talked enough.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, just give it a thumbs up and let us know what you think. Leave any kind of comment that you have in the comments, and if you want to see more what we've been up to in Bali and other places, then just subscribe to our channel. There will be a new video next Sunday.
Alright, till next time.
See ya, bye. Not so fast. Going left on the main road.